You know, Tottenham, we've had a very long history with each other. I mean, I sold you DeMarcos, I sold you Iñaki Williams, then you got a little too big for your britches and thinking you can go after Inigo Leque as well as ACA Libre. But now it's time for me to return the favor because you have an up and coming young winger on your roster, and I'm not taking no for an answer. Yes, what's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to the Basque Boys. As always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop a like. And welcome to the fifth winter window. We're actually in the middle of it right now. We're going to be taking on Malaga in the league, and then Sporting Gijón in the cup, which will then potentially see us through into the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. But before we get to that, just take a look at this young kid. His name is Shabby. Okay, he started out at Real Sociedad, was bought up by Tottenham Hotspur a couple of seasons ago, and has developed into a rather decent young winger, if I do say so myself, just taking a look at his stats. Yeah, the first thing that you get to notice is his speed, taking a very hard right, in that category. 17 pace, 18 acceleration. His physicals look pretty decent. And still being young, we can always teach him to be a little bit better mentally as well as technically. Now, we're going to be getting him for 14 and a quarter. So we're going to have ourselves a nice little backup to Pablo Hervias because, well, Susaeta is in fact going to be loaned out for the rest of the season. Mostly because, well, if you remember the leg injury he had last season, it completely hindered him in the speed and the physical aspect. So I'm going to look to try and get rid of him first by loan and then by sales. And so far this winter window, there hasn't been a lot of noise in terms of transfers going on. Like players that I thought would have had bids come in from the off, Leque, Marino, Villalibre, nothing from any of the big clubs. So hopefully that just means they're not interested, or that means they're leaving it until later on in the window, and that's not going to be good for us. But anyway, if a bid does come in, if it doesn't match my valuation of release clause, then they're just automatically going to get the boots. I'm not getting rid of my players for less than what the release clause says. But anyway, let's get to the matches at hand, both ones that we've played and the ones that we will play today. And if there are any transfers that happen, we will cut into the episode and show that process in full. But anyway, since our last LiveCon, we have played in 4 competitive matches. Don't worry about this friendly right here. There's always a friendly mid-season in Spanish football. But anyway, we played 2 matches in the league, 2 in the cup, and we've gone undefeated in all competitions. Second leg versus Itzada, a very comfortable, very possession-heavy 1-0 victory. Yes, I was playing a lot of the youth just to get them some first-team football, and in the end, it was a very comfortable 1-0 victory. Moving us on to the 5th round, in which we are taking on Sporting Gijón, and in the very first leg, away from home, a very confident 4-1 victory. Batista coming in for an injured Villalibre, getting himself a brace. Herrera, Muniain also notching onto their tally. So, essentially, we got to hold on to this 3-goal lead to see ourselves through to the quarterfinals. But anyway, getting ourselves back into the league, Deportivo still is a bug up my ass. They are a big-ass pain, and we only came away with a 1-1 draw versus them. Iker Muniain getting himself a goal in the first half, but right before the first half whistle, Faisal Fair. I mean, this guy has done it for the last couple seasons to steal points away from us in this match. Very disheartening, very unfortunate. We were the better side on the day, but Deportivo able to share the spoils there. But against Eibar, a 3-0 victory. The red card notwithstanding for Eibar, we had this match all wrapped up after 27 minutes. Just take a look at the time on these goals. 23, 25, 27. It was rapid fire succession from my players to come away with a 3-0 victory. Solid. But those 4 points in 2 matches keeps us on top of the table. 4 points clear of Malaga, who we are going to be taking on in just a little bit. But I won't say that'll be 7 points clear if we beat them, because look at who's below them. Barcelona sitting there in 3rd place, Espanyol 4th, Atletico 5th, Real Madrid 6th. That just shows how big of a key that Gareth Bale is to that Real Madrid side if they're still struggling with him out. Barcelona sitting in 3rd place, even with Messi still out, just proves that they have the depth out on that wing. I believe it is Willian that has taken over for Messi out on that wing to help the Barcelona squad stay in contention for the top spot. So yeah, I will expect them to close the gap. Alright, so let's get into today's match versus Malaga, and we're going with the 4-3-3, the V formation, and the lineup's going to be as follows. It almost is like the standard formation that we've been using, and the standard lineup that we've been using for a while now. Ruffier in net, Leque, Martinez, Laporte, Monreal on the back line. Our mid three will be San Jose in the defensive mid spot with Marino and Herrera sitting in front of him. The front three, of course, Muniain, Villalibre, and Hervias to round out the squad. It's 1 versus 2, and a win will strengthen our position. A draw doesn't really do much, and even though we stay in first place with a loss, obviously I don't want to lose, and I don't want our team to go on a bad run of form. So let's go kick off, see what happens, hope for the best, and let's see if we can strengthen our position. So after just signing Shabby and sending out 14.25 million euros to Tottenham, he is on £30,000 a week wage, and we cannot play him for the rest of the season, because apparently he has played for 2 teams this year. I mean, I know he was at Betis, he was loaned out there, but Tottenham, he didn't play anything in the league for Tottenham. There's the kicker. He played 1 singular match for the Spurs in the cup competition, in a cup competition. That is a bummer. So while we're looking to control the match, Malaga, coming out in a 4-2-3-1, going to look to try and overpower us down the middle of the park. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and spread it out to the wings, utilize our nice crossing ability that we have both with Muniain and Hervias, and try and dump the ball into the middle. And while I'd like to say that there's something going on after a half hour, there's only been 2 shots taken. To be honest with you, this has been a very dull affair, very boring affair. Good interception by Hervias, though. Can we turn it into some sort of attack? Muniain centers it to Villalibre. First highlight of the game, first shot on target for the team, and we got ourselves a 1-0 lead. Let's go, boys. So we bring the crowd out of their slumber with this goal. Honestly, it's a great setup. Muniain to the byline. Villalibre was marked by a couple of players, was able to shoot underneath the goalkeeper, and everybody that's in the stands going like, okay, goal. 1 minute before halftime, and what a great pass from Monreal up to Muniain, and it's almost a carbon copy of that first goal. Muniain to Villalibre, back of the net, 2-0 to the club. Villalibre, what was that, his 21st goal of the season? This guy is proving to be worth every single penny that I gave him. I re-upped his contract during the middle of the season. Now he's getting $71K a week. I was about to say a year. That would have been an even bigger steal. But he's making $71K a week, and he deserves every little bit of it because he is that world-class of a player. So it's 2-0 at halftime, and I really don't want to say anything more because I don't want to offend them. Just go out there, continue on with what you've been doing, and we should see this match out with the 3 points. And actually, now that I talked to you about contracts, I need to start thinking about getting rid of players that aren't living up to their wages. Like currently, Susaeta's on $70K a week and I'm loaning him out. Raul Garcia's on $80K and I'm already currently loaning him out. Benyat, I just re-upped his contract. He's offered a lot less money to stay on the squad, but he's still making $75K. And, you know, with his broken leg and all, that's not good. That's not good that I'm paying players that are just sitting on the bench not doing anything. But anyway, as I'm talking about that, 10 minutes on, wow! Okay, Giuseppe Rossi, that's got to be a chip because he had 2 guys in his face. It was right in front of the goalkeeper. He had to have chipped that over Stefan Ruffier into the back of the net. Malaga getting one back. No, that's just Ruffier being absolutely poor on that attempt. Okay. Highlight directly from the restart, and we could get ourselves one right back here. Oh my god. 3 in a row. Muniain to Villalibre for not 1, not 2, but the hat trick. And it's 3-1 Athletic Club. I mean, this pair is the absolute best pair that I've ever seen in terms of goal scoring and assisting. Villalibre, take a bow, son. Ball coming inside the box, and oh my god, it's a foul in the box. Joshua Brunet has just fouled Villalibre, and guess who is stepping up to take the shot? It is, in fact, Villalibre going for his double brace. Can he get it on the day? Steps up and nope, shoots it directly at the goalkeeper. I can't believe it. Every time that there is a penalty on camera, more often than not, the guys miss it, and I don't understand. It's like they get camera shy. Happened with my best penalty taker, Mikel San Jose. Happened with Benyat. Happens now with Villalibre. I mean, it's got to be a curse. It's got to be a live com curse. So with that, he got his hat trick already, so he's coming off. Batista's being subbed on. Jonas Ramalho's coming on for Javi Martinez just to see this match out. And we got ourselves a nice, solid 3 more points to add to our tally. 3-1 the final. All 3 goals from Villalibre, all 3 assists from Muniain. So definitely padding the stats there. Good job, boys. Good job. Anyway, let's take a look at everyone else. Barcelona has yet to play, so if they win, they'll be 5 points back, jumping Malaga. All right, so let's now take a look at the Copa del Rey. We are obviously 4-1 up on Sporting Gijón after the first leg, but let's take a look and see who we could potentially face in the quarterfinals. And, well, it's more than likely going to be Barcelona. They're 5-2 up on Granada after the first leg, so they're in the same boat as us. Can't bottle a 3-goal lead, and they will move on to the quarterfinals. Great. And actually, we are going to be making a sale before the window is closed. Unai Lopez, who didn't really develop into his own player here at Athletic Club, is going to be sold out to Lille for a fee of 2.3 million euros. So I'm going to accept that. And also, with the players that I'm bringing up in Mikel Inchausti, Diego Tomé, especially Diego Tomé, who already 5 years, his junior, is already just the same as Unai Lopez, so it's better just move him on for value and bring up my homegrown youth. So Unai Lopez, sorry it didn't work out. I rarely used a cam to begin with, so off he goes to Lille. So we got a youth prospect coming through, Lorenzo Gallego from Granada, 1.3 million euros, and you're probably thinking that's a bit too much. Well, that was his release clause, and to be honest with you, I'm probably paying about the right price for Lorenzo because he looks to be on the fast track to being a solid center mid. He can also play defensive mid as well, and just take a look at his polygon, already has the makings of a decent midfielder. He's got pretty average stats right now. I like his marking, I like his technique. Passing could use a little bit of work, but it's a 10 right now. So yeah, it already looks like he could develop into a 3.5, 4-star midfielder down the road. Yes, we're talking about 4 or 5 years down the road, but he's on the start. It looks like with the right training and tutoring, he can get himself up there. All right, so let's get to the second leg of this cup tie versus Sporting Gijón. Couple of changes to be made, and we're going to have Chris Atangana in net today. The same back four as last match, though. Leque, Martinez, Laporte, Monreal. San Jose is the defensive mid. Herrera and Linton Jr. are going to be our center mids today because of Marino picking up too many yellow cards and has to sit out for this one. Muniain and Susaeta out on the wings. Pablo Hervias coming off the bench. Want to give Susaeta some fitness so he looks appealing when I'm trying to sell him off. And then Villalibre, of course, sitting up front because I need to have somebody that's proven as a goal scorer up front. Yes, I got John Batista on the bench, but I want to go with the guy that I'm confident wins. So that's why Villalibre is starting. So let's go kick off and see this one through. 13 minutes on now, and we are very comfortable with holding the ball up in the middle of the park. We need to turn this around and get some goals quickly so we can put this to bed early. Linton Jr. getting it out to Ander Herrera, wide to Susaeta. Can't really find space, but Leque does find space there to Muniain. Wing back to wing front. And we got ourselves an early goal here today. 5-1 on aggregate, just 14 minutes in. After 4-1, I would have said it's essentially tie over, but I wanted to make damn sure that this tie was going our way and seeing us through to the quarterfinals. And that is probably the nail in the coffin right there. Free kick, top of the box, and it bounces off the wall. And Sporting Gijón have leveled this matchup not 5 minutes later. 1-1 on the day, 5-2 on aggregate. Guzzo with a free kick directly into the two-man wall. Atangana making a dive after the ball was already past him. I have no idea what he was thinking there. And something that I'm not too happy about just going on right now, San Jose picking up an injury. Well, things are starting to make a turn for the worse. We're going to bring on Javi Martinez as our new defensive mid. Ramalho is being subbed out and playing in that center back role. All right, boys. No more injuries. That's all I'm asking. No more injuries. Free kick or corner kick. Susaeta getting into Muniain, who then cannons it off of a defender. Muniain with his second goal of the day. 11th on the season. 6-2 on aggregate. Highlight directly from the off, though, and it's being bounced around the midfield once again. I keep forgetting that Sporting Gijón have a player by the name of Obama on their squad. But it doesn't matter. Susaeta coming up the wings. Finds Linton Jr. in the center. Couple of red shirts in front of him, he could have easily passed it off to it. But instead opts to go for Leque on the wings, who finds Villalibre, and Villalibre, Mr. Free Village, of course, into the back of the net it goes. 23rd goal of the season. Yeah, it's essentially tie over at this point. I could start subbing out players at halftime, I could sub out my last 2 players at halftime just so I can give others the chance to play in a professional match. And that very well could be what I'm going to do, because I see a lot of players that are looking complacent, uninterested. I don't want to keep those players out on the pitch. Ander Herrera is going to be the first of those casualties. He's going to come out for Mikel Inchausti, and I feel like if I make my 3rd sub here, I'm going to get an injury or I'm going to get a red card. So that's going to be my only sub, and I'm going to tell the guys, you're doing good. Keep it going out there and see this match through. I'll make my 3rd sub somewhere about 65, 70 minutes. And I know it's about the 61st minute mark, but I'm going to be subbing out Villa Libre for John Batista because I don't want my golden goose to get injured. Makes sense. In a tie that we've already won, might as well swap out my best player. And really, since that last goal, there hasn't been a lot of action up until right now. 6 minutes left from time. Sporting Gijón coming through. They do get a second one back, but this tie has been decided a long time ago. It's 7-3. But anyway, there it is. Referee blows his full-time whistle. It is a win on the day and a win on aggregates. So we're probably going to be seeing ourselves through to take on Barcelona. Damaged neck. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not going to send him to a specialist because I don't want to give up some money. We'll just use the club doctor, and he'll only be out for 9 to 10 days. So let's take a look and see when we'll be coming back. And I feel like since Barcelona and Valencia are right there at the end of the transfer window, we'll come back for those 2 matches, see how well we do in the cup, and see if there are any other late transactions that will happen for our squad, both in and out. Oh, one more thing before you guys leave. I did, in fact, put in some inquiries about Inigo Martinez, the center back from Sociedad that went to Juventus. They want $35 million for him, and as far as Iñaki Williams goes, Tottenham wants 65. So they're not going to be having any reasonable transactions made for him anytime soon. I just wanted to tell you that now before you start typing in the comments, why didn't you go after this player? Well, that's the reason. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like on it, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. And if you want to leave a comment below on the episode or the series as a whole, please go ahead. I appreciate every single comment that you put down. Anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.